This is amazing. Of all the work and all the designs I've done to this chicken bus, I haven't drawn too many things from outside influences at all. I have these streams of intelligence and creativity that come to me about 4:30 every morning when I wake up. And that right there over my shoulder, that's one of them. So if you guys want to watch me in action in the next 10 minutes, come back because we're going to talk about this. This is very cool techniques that I learned on my own just playing around. So I want to show you my techniques for doing antique furniture or custom made design furniture. So let me quickly show you what this thing sort of looks like. I'm going to lay it out so you can see exactly what the fuck this is. Alright, so I have two cabinets, and these cabinets, they open up to have a ton of space. But this part here is too boring for me. Now what's cool, these are my other shelves. Now I had these made, so you guys know we're doing the chicken bust like this. And this right here, by the way, is for my toilet paper, because I'm going to put toilet paper right here, and I'm going to put this close to my toilet inside of the chicken bust. I'm going to gild these with gold. I'm going to hand paint them. And the insides here, I got to seal these with something. This is just bare wood right here, but it's all nicely sanded down with 320. Started off with 80 grit, went to 180, jumped to 320, and this is smooth as silk. But last night when I painted this base coat on, this base coat dried so dry that I actually was asking myself why people pay money for chalk paint. Because chalk paint, really, what is chalk paint? It's super extra matte paint. So what do? What can you add to normal paint to make it this flat looking? And this isn't the flattest it's got. Okay, I have another piece in there that is completely done. I'm going to show you in a little while. But all you do is add about 2 tablespoons of white acrylic paint into this green paint, and it's already flat, matte. So flat paint with another type of flat paint creates a chalkboard-like illusion, like chalk. It's super dry looking, and then I'm gonna come back around and I'm gonna put a design in the center here. I'm gonna probably put some very bold stripes on the sides because these are actually invisible. The only part you see is here. If you open up the dog kennel, which I'm going to show you in just a minute how this goes together, when you open it up, on the inside we'll have vertical stripes. I'm not going to do any artwork on the backs of these. I can because it's visible from the back of the van. So you open the back of the van, you're like, oh, what the fuck is this? Because it's got all these compartments just like this, and nobody thinks in advance when you got all these dogs. So I'm not the dog catcher, I'm the dog rescuer. And unfortunately for me, I don't have enough space for all the dogs I want to pick up off the street. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this together and show you guys how it's done. I just painted these last night with the first base coat of this chalk paint that I made myself. I used it to house paint, and I took some acrylic like paint you get in an art type of place. Okay, so these are my two towers. This is under my bed in the chicken bus. Now I want to show you an additional part as soon as I put this door on, which, by the way, this is all covered in dust. Okay, from being in the carpenter shop. But this is absolutely stunning. These boys really helped me a lot with the design because of the fact that I don't have doors, windows, or locks on the van. Therefore, I have to wait to install all this stuff until I have windows and doors and locks. For the time being, this is fine. I can deal with that. All right, so here we go. We have this door, which, by the way, I made this mesh. This is just like rabbit cage wire, and I bought a roll, and I turned it 45 degrees so it gives this illusion of like chain link fence for my dogs. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off with color, and then I'm gonna gold leaf these so everything is all matchy. Now, how does this thing go together? Well, not too hard. Watch this. Uh-oh. Did I fuck up? Yes, I did. Well, regardless, I fucked up more than once. All right, kids, watch this. Now, as far as this door goes, I thought about gold leafing. Oh boy. I thought about gold leafing this wire mesh. But I don't want to get away from my mental design. You can get really distracted really quick watching creative videos doing this kind of stuff, because if you're a van guy, you want everything in your van. No, motherfuckers, I don't want nothing in my van that's gonna use up battery, that's gonna take up space, all that jazz. I don't need that. I don't want it. I don't need it. I can do without it. What is this? What's going here? Huh. Well, it looks like my hinges are a little fucked up. Well, what the shit is that? Is it too high, too low? This was on earlier. Fucking A. Come on. Fuck. Bitch. Alright. Have you had enough yet? No, have enough. Where in the hell is my hammer? When I need it. Well, whatever. I'm gonna figure this out because this is bullshit. Because I made these perfectly. Oh, I see the problem is. It's not level. It's level? Then this little shit will go in there. Is it level or no? It's not. So if it's level, uh-oh. Somebody go get me a hammer, please. And that someone is me. Alright, this ain't fucking flying. What is happening here? Why is this not going in? Somebody explain that to me. The hinge that worked yesterday doesn't work today? What, did the paint expand this thing or something? Oh, whatever. Let me just take these pins out and I'll try this in reverse. Oh, that's nice. I can't get the goddamn pin out because I need pliers. Oh, whatever. I'm going to use the butt end of this because I don't want to fuck anything up. feel like these hinges are bent. There we did it. Got it. Never give up. Okay, so there we have the entrance to the back of the chicken bus. Okay, now what is missing here, guys? What's missing here? Now my bed is above here. Okay, it's all the way to the window on the fucking roof. This is down below all that space. What would you do in a situation? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I went ahead and had a big old tool drawer. I might be able to put dog food in, you know. But let me show you. Did this too. And you'll see I did this in MDF. You're probably asking, well, if everything else is done in hardwood, why would you do MDF? Well, one of my reasons for doing MDF with this is because I can seal it, I can paint it, and then I can decorate it to make it look like it's worth $20,000. Okay, you see? And I'm going to make this drawer a little bit higher up. And I have a seat, like a bar stool. And the bar stool sits right about here. This would be my desk. Because I can have a platform, just drop it right in. I put my computer up there, slide out my keyboard, I'm gold. What do you guys think? You like that? Because that's what this is. Dog kennel. Dog kennel into the holy of holies. You want to go in there? Go in there, amigo. What's in there? Look at that. Go in the other dimension. Come on, go in the other dimension. Aw, you want to be a sweetie boy. Yes, you are. If you guys need a service dog, let me tell you something. Labradors are good. Right, amigo? Labradors are good. Labradors good. Black labs, you motherfuckers, you're all a pain in the ass. Okay, so this is not level because it's a garage floor. Make sure you adjust your floor height when you go to install these, because you don't want one side higher than the other, right? That's not what you want. But this right here, I'm going to do the face. I have to do some decoration on here. And these, I'm probably going to do some cabochons or some, maybe more of the tile that I did before, but I really want to focus on maybe getting a third layer of color into this thing. So this outside here, this is just chalk paint. I call this grasshopper. It's grasshopper paint. Now I could do one, two things here. I could probably put fabric like I did on those other ones, or I can continue to do the same shit I was doing before. But before we go any further, let me just quickly show you how I got that other design to look the way it did. I'm gonna lay a piece of like quilt, no, what is it called? Well, I don't know what you would call it. Like curtains, old lady curtains or something. Lay it over top of this and then spray it with clear. And what that does is it gives me the same color, but it picks up the pattern of the fabric as my background. And so you could frame this in with some darker colors on the outside or gold leaf it. And my plan is to probably do some gold lines here, gold knobs, probably as flush as possible because I don't want a lot of stuff sticking out. This is a bus, by the way, and it is for firefighters. And our dogs, which would be rescue dogs, will go in here. So if you guys like those friggin' Malamutes, you guys better put your hats on because it's about to get real in this world real quick. And the only people that are even concerned is a small percentage of the whole population. So guys, what I'm doing right now is actually changing the fucking world. Because I'm encouraging you to get your passport, to move to another country where you don't speak the language, to move into a community of people who don't know who you are and don't trust you and don't probably fucking like you, but because you're rich as fuck compared to them, they will try and rob you. But all you need is just a little bit of cauliflower here. Nobody's gonna fuck with your ass in any country you go to. Okay, just keep that in mind. But you need to have a body to match. So what I did here was just the smartest move I could think of. Because I wanted a dog cage, but I didn't want a whole like dog cage because, you know, Amigo's here. He's just a little bitty Labrador. But then I got Handsome. And I don't know if you guys know Handsome. So I'm going to open the door and see if Handsome wants to go inside. So if you guys bear with me 1 second. I'm going to open the door up and see where Handsome is. Where's Handsome at? Hey, Handsome. Handsome. Who's this? Who's this little dog? Hi, Candela. Hey, amigo. Hey, look at you dogs. See, it's a perfect height. Hi, amigo. Hi, amigo. You go. Yeah. Be careful. I have paint behind me. Be careful. You ain't careful about nothing. Amigo. One side. One side. Look at him. You don't want to go in there. Oh, hey, Candela. Good Candela. Good girl. Go inside your little house. Look at you. Look at you dogs. Go inside your little house. You want to go in your house? One of the things I got to tell you guys is that this door, all right, we need to find a way of putting an invisible spring, or I'm going to add a third hinge here that has a spring on it. So this will stay closed. I need to put a backstop on this too, so this won't swing any further than the latch. So you see that? That's a big one. That's a mess up. But it's okay because I know how to fix this shit. So if you guys are building a dog kennel or dog house or whatever, you need to take up one important thing. That if you have a very big dog, the dog needs to be able to stand up and needs to be able to turn around inside the cage. Okay? It's the way you don't torture your dogs in small confined spaces, because I'm sure you wouldn't want to be in this thing as a human being. So let me look some more. Let's see, where's Handsome? Look at that, made noise. And this one comes out of nowhere because he's like, I know what that sound means. And then there's Candela. Here comes Handsome. Here we go. Handsome. Come on. Hear that? That's the Doberman. Okay, so I'm going to put some decorative stuff on here. This because, like I said, this is a big old drawer. I mean, I went out of my way to make sure that I got the longest, the heavy-duty brackets that I can find. These are really heavy-duty. These hold, I think, some crazy amount of weight. Hey, dogs, can you do me a favor? Come here. Go inside. Come on. Let's go. See, Handsome wants to go outside. Amigo wants to go inside. Come on, amigo. Let's go. Come on. What about Handsome? Come on. Hey, Handsome, come on. Hey, dogs. Let's see if Handsome comes out. Come on. Go. Come on, go. Come on, amigo. Come on out. Good boy. Go inside. Go inside. Come on. He is playing. So, anyway, so what are we going to do here? I'm going to put a backstop on here. So this doesn't continuously go and hyperextend my hinges, which are ready to go. By the way, when you do your gold, you do your hinges and you do your locks, you also do the ring, okay? Be sure you do your gold stuff after you do your basic paint. So there we go. Anyway, to recap, this is going to go in the chicken bus. I want to show you guys the drawers, how these things open up. As you can see in there, no, you can't. But this is where an fire extinguisher goes. And I probably will decorate this some ridiculous bohemian style. But that's what I've been up to. Another thing I'm doing is these fast rust projects, which is called forced patina, and basically makes stainless steel look black. I'm not looking for that. What I am looking for is rust. I'm trying to do walnut, rust, and bronze. The golds and the coppers. So you can see I'm on that yellow reddish part of the spectrum on the color wheel, if we're not in a delusional world. So this is actually brand new. And you see that spot right there. I just did a little experimental spot. First, I acid washed this with mustard. I took a bottle of mustard and I put it all over this and I let it sit in a bag, and then I put it in my car to heat it like 400 degrees because I'm in Mexico and it's hot as balls here. But when it does, when it etches and sets in, it takes the shine off. By the way, this was very expensive. Okay, this is a high-end brand. Okay, that's like on the level of like Kohler and above. But it came to me in such pretty condition to go with a 1969 chicken bus. I wanted to make this thing look like dog shit and then do some kind of artwork inside the sink, like a mosaic or something like that, or maybe do like a color or like a pattern and then pour resin on top of it, seal it. So when you look down inside the sink, which you guys have seen the boards for the top of the sink, this is an undermount sink, okay? But I'm not going for black, I'm going for rust. So if you can take a good look at that little spot right there, you see that ring going around that has like a little bit of golden hue to it? I'm going for that. And I can actually do stencils with rust. My biggest concern right now is to make sure this is rusty as dog shit laid out in the fucking sun and the rain for 20 years. I want this to look older than the truck. That's the idea. I want this to look old as dog balls. Now, because it's an undermount, what you're going to do if you're doing an undermount, so if you guys don't know what an undermount is, normal sinks go inside the hole like that, and then you put caulking and it has clips, and that keeps it in place, and then you put caulking on the outside and it's golden. But not in this case. This, on the other hand, has to go underneath the sink. Now, normal sinks go like this, and then you got your faucet right here. Well, I'm not down with that. I'm not doing any faucets that are normal. In fact, I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to turn this sideways like this. So what you're looking at now is a vertical. You see, I got this, it's only 34 centimeters, and it's by 40. 40 by 40 is pretty much the average size for a regular sink, a little bit wider, and it may be double, okay? So triple in some cases. This, however, is just a single base because it's a van. It doesn't have a ton of fucking room. So I'm staining the shit out of this as often as I can with as many different, I did the mustard first. I etched off all the clear coat. Boom, done. Then I came back and I cleaned it off with alcohol, and then I made a mixture of peroxide, vinegar, and a little bit of salt. And then I put that in a bottle and with a brush, and I've been painting it on for the past 3 days, hoping it will look rustier by the time I wake up, which is not happening. That's only one little spot, okay, guys? I have flushed this thing with at least a liter of that concoction that I made up. About time to make some more. If not, I'm going to end up looking for some kind of stain, some kind of shit. So we're going to do a little something different tonight because now I have this wet rag that has this material in it. That's what I should have done to begin with. I'm going to lay it down in the bottom, just like that. I'm going to lay it down in the bottom. This has that mixture of chemical in it. So I'm going to lay this out so it gets as much surface area as possible. I might even hang it here on the wall and then put it down onto the floor of this thing so that this whole side, I want this to be fucked up, remember? I want this to be all rusty. That's one option. Or I could take and lay this dirty ass rag this way, and then this whole side will get rusted to shit. And I'll just follow it around until this whole thing looks like it belongs in the trash. So anyway, this, by the way, the brand of this is called Excellent. I don't know if that's German or what that is, but I want this to be ugly as balls, and this is taking forever because this is such a high-end quality sink basin that it has like a fucking bazillion different protective layers on it and clear coats. And so you can see in the bottom, I scratched the fuck out of this thing with some steel wool like material, and just to take that clear coat up, but it ended up being the mustard that took it all off. So I'm gonna leave this to the side. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that mixture onto this this here, and I'm gonna lay this in such a way so that this wall gets done, but I can also pour that chemical mixture into the bottom of here, and then fill in that space that I can't. So this is a fucking long ass process. This is supposed to be fast rusting. Bullshit, this is slow as balls. So anyway, that's step one. Let me show you. That's all this is. This is 3 ingredients, which is peroxide, vinegar, white vinegar, regular white vinegar, and salt. Mix that all together. Mix that all together. Take your thing you want to rust the shit and just wet it. Soak it down. You're gonna have to do this so many friggin' times. I've done this in 150 times already. I'm kidding. But see what I'm doing? Now, one thing you need to watch out for is the drain. One thing you don't need is a rusty drain, because that gets the rest of the hardware for the sink. And oh, I'm almost out of this stuff. I gotta probably go get some more peroxide. I have salt and I have vinegar. These are things that you got every day in your house. Okay, and like I said, I want to rust this thing to the point where it's fucking red oxidized like an old car. I'm gonna come back through and put some stuff down here in the bottom. Maybe some designs or some stuff. This definitely on the sides here needs to be rusted to shit. I'm gonna run a clear coat over top of it, because there's a few techniques that people use on cars in order to create this effect, to give it an antique look, which is precisely the point. So there you go, there you have it, guys. That is how I make shit rusty fast. And that was the whole point. You want it to be rusty. You want it to be a decorative red or copper looking rust. That's what you want to do. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to put a little bit more on this board, on the side, on the top, because like I said, I want it to rust. And I got a little bit of rust going on, not a lot, but I got enough going on here. And this will be rusty as fuck, probably by next Friday. I think, I'm just calculating, I think that is how long this is going to take to change and not completely fuck it up. Because you can do that. You can fuck this up, okay? So that's why I said, put that somewhere in an angle. So that water down the bottom, it's not water, it's vinegar. And you see it. Peroxide and salt. And give this a rusty, disgusting sink look. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this out. Leave this down like that. When that's dry, I'm going to move it around a little bit so it gives more of that rusty look. What do you guys think about that? Does that look pretty good? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't mind. So that is how we do what we do. So if this is something that you like, do me a favor, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and share this video on your Facebook groups. And we'll probably try and get some more of this done tonight. More than likely I will, but I gotta do a time-lapse video simply because there's way too much detail in doing this. I would rather, instead of it being an hour video of me painting, I'd rather it be a time-lapse video with Handsome going over here and give me a kiss. And that's about it. Because, Handsome, come here. Come here. This dog is so big, it's ridiculous. See that? That's why we're doing this for Handsome. Handsome's got his own door. You see the height? That's his height. It's higher than him. And it's big enough for him to walk around in, walk through this door, no problem. Right, Handsome? And walk out. And be able to turn around inside the cage with other dogs. So, anyway, guys, that's all I really have because I'm not going to start painting until later when we do the pattern. Like I said, we're going to lay the fabric over top of this, and I'm going to spray it with a clear coat. I'm the professor, and I'm out of here, guys.